Yeah. Today is December 16th. This is Judd from White Wave Trading Strategies. I'm just going to go over a couple of things today. Mainly, this is a theme we've been on for quite a while, which is short the equities, long the precious metals. We'll start with this is basically a long cash S&P chart. Short gold. You can see that gold has been leading. We've been on this, looking at this chart for guidance for months. A breach of this quarterly cloud, and gold will probably start another leg up for close to $1,000. Again, here we go. We're going to look at the S&P versus the silver. That green line down here is already through the cloud. We've caught this rally up. This was we've been long the silver from the mid 30s again. We're still long. A breach of that cloud line, and we had another $11 jump in the silver. Now let's look at the platinum. You know, platinum's had a massive year. This is an ORL year, so platinum's totally outperformed the S&Ps this year. We're down into this green line. This is a 50-year line in long S&P, short platinum. So this is the first concerning level right there. You know, we're through it on a semi-annual basis. There's a little bit more room on a quarterly basis to go. The monthly does not look particularly well, but at the same time, all these charts show you one thing. You cannot buy strength in metals. You have to buy them when you want to throw up. You had a breakaway gap to the downside this week in this spread, so I do not want to chase it. So I'd basically say that tomorrow is one of these days where you probably want to be lighting up the metals if they take off again. Copper is getting very close to an extension up here where you know, it's already done its thing once this year. It can do it again. If you look at the quarterly, you know, it's come all, last quarter it was big. Then we had the Trump copper thing, and now we've settled out, come all the way back up again. It's the same thing in copper. You cannot buy strength in these spreads. I've got other work that makes me very leery about the equity markets, because on a certain chart, I've had a very long-term target in the equities, very long-term. I've had it since last year, and it missed it by 3 S&P points. So if you want to day trade the S&Ps and buy the breaks and sell the rallies, have at it. You know, most of the people in the room have been short the S&Ps on the big rallies and buying the breaks in the metals, and I think you have to be very cautious of that trade. The gold itself has gone up to its target. This is a 50-year target in the gold that it came up to in October and backed off, and then we rebought it again and it came back up. So breaking this area up here will lead to a whole nother rally or a whole nother big move up in the gold, and that hasn't presented itself yet. But I just think that the metals are digesting a little bit here. And on that same theme, the silver, I had a 63.25 target in the silver, which is one of the first big swings. after this breakout, and now we're seeing some volatility both above and below that old target. So now it's going to take a little time to decide what it's going to do. And platinum, it has been leading this rally, has been since August. And I possibly have another $100 in platinum before I think that this is going to be a real problem up in here at the 2011 highs. So it's getting extended. So that's all I have for you today. It's just a little food for thought. I'm doing my quarterly class on Friday. If you have an interest, you can go to whitewavetradingstrategies.com and look at the matrix class, and you can get information on it, or you can just reach out and contact me. Thanks for your time. Good luck.